Yep. Which way's my hair parted? This way. Which way's my hair going? Am I in reverse?
No, babe, because look at the sign behind us.
Which way's my hair? This way.
Hi, Hillary. What am I, chopped liver?
I was just trying to fix my hair.
There's two heads in this picture, you know. Linda.
Surprise!
I'm here, too. They're saying hello to me.
Is this your stuff?
It's your stuff, babe.
This is my stuff. This is my stuff. This is your stuff. Hey, can y'all hear us okay? Is the volume all right? We're going to do Facebook Live because we haven't done it in a while, and we're going to record the podcast for Thursday. Hey, West Texas. Hey, Anna. And hey, Betty from Midlothian.
Midlothian.
Christabel. Alexi. Hey, Scylla.
Yeah, Scylla.
Still have to get together. All right, we're going to go ahead and start doing the podcast because I got to get up really early in the morning, getting back to work, and we've got Jingle Ball tomorrow.
Jorge doing a bit. He said, hello, Kelly, and chopped liver.
And so we got a busy, long day tomorrow.
Lacey,
so,
you got to stick with Bumble. It takes a while.
What did she say? She's not any luck?
So she's only tried it for a few weeks.
Oh, it takes a little while. I had to get on it twice. I did it the first time and then had to get back on it again later. Sometimes you have to give it a rest. It's really great to start it right after the new year because a lot of people will be making New Year's resolutions and starting over. Oh, there's my mic. All right, you ready? We're going to go?
Colin said I'm his favorite.
Oh, that's nice.
Or her favorite. I couldn't tell if it was a lady or a man.
It doesn't matter. Colin is, I would think, would be a man.
Yeah, it's usually a guy.
Turn it on.
Oh, Kids Family from 2016.
Hello.
The name just flashed up real fast.
All right.
Diane Franco said it looks like you just got lucky.
1, 2, we did not. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pete Long, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Pete Long.
Did not get lucky. I'm just very hot. I'm very uncomfortably hot. I'm wearing a sweatshirt and it's unseasonably warm outside in the house. Okay, you ready, babe? We're going to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you got the lineup because I'm going to follow your lead.
Well, I don't know if you should
just
do
direct
that,
me. Just direct me because
yeah.
I can't see that far. All right. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan.
And this is our post-Thanksgiving episode.
Usually you introduce me, babe.
Oh, I was just waiting for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
We're out of the habit because
we're out
the
of
holiday.
Habit.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've been here in the mini-man room.
Well, it's been about a week since the last time we recorded a podcast.
No. We were.
Oh yeah, we recorded a little early because I
too.
had to do kids and everything.
You had to go to kids, yeah.
Just a little peek behind the curtain. So yeah, so now we're back in the swing of things. That is my husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, I am Alan Evans.
See, and you forgot too.
Hello, I'm Alan.
So anyway, we're back and we're so excited to be here. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to do a Thanksgiving wrap up.
We have so much to talk about.
Yeah, I almost ruined Thanksgiving. But I didn't. I don't think I did.
How did you? Well, we'll get into that.
Okay, we'll get into it.
But you almost ruined Thanksgiving. Were you the Grinch that almost stole Thanksgiving?
No, I didn't almost steal it, but I almost stole the joy from it. We could say that.
You were a joy killer?
Well, I've been accused of that before. Bit killer is normally what it is, but basically isn't the same as sucking the joy out of the room, sucking the air out of the room.
Well,
I was under a lot of stress.
You were under a tremendous amount of stress, and I think I was adding to the stress.
You weren't helping a lot, babe. Let's just be honest.
Because one of the things I try to do with you, and I'm learning that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Is I try to sprinkle in a little humor.
Yeah, sometimes
to try to lighten the mood, and sometimes you take what I'm saying seriously. Like what I'm saying might be serious.
Yeah.
And then it stresses you out even more.
Yeah.
For example, just
let's go ahead and get one out of the way.
A quick example.
Okay.
The thawing of the turkeys.
Right. That was a nightmare, by the way.
So Kellie was on the kids trip. She
in Florida.
Florida.
If those listening to the podcast that might not be familiar.
Oh yeah.
Kid Craddock that started this charity used to co-host the show with the Kid Craddock Morning Show. Passed away 4 years ago, but many years ago he started a charity that takes children with life-altering conditions. Some of them are chronically ill, some of them terminally ill. And anyway, we take them on an all-expenses-paid trip to Florida, to Disney World every November.
Right.
And so that's the trip I was on when you were assigned the task of buying the Thanksgiving turkeys.
Yes, I was assigned the task.
Yes, that was on your honey-do list.
By one Kellie Rasberry Evans,
Yes.
my beautiful, sweet wife, said, go get the turkeys.
I said it with a lot of, like, get them. No, right?
No, but
No,
before that we had decided, well, okay, back up a little bit. 21 people coming over. Right. We need a lot of turkey.
Right. And I had a honey-baked ham.
And a ham.
I had a lot of ham, so we just needed turkey because it's Thanksgiving.
Right. Now, I wanted to fry one, but I also asked Kellie if she would bake one, because nothing smells better when you wake up in the morning than a baked turkey.
Yeah, that's the only reason you wanted me to do it, is you wanted to smell it cooking when you woke up on Thanksgiving morning.
And they look beautiful.
They
nice,
do.
Cooking
they
up
do.
a golden brown, take them out of the oven. So, I had to get 2 turkeys. The baked turkey was a 21-pounder.
Yeah.
The fried turkey was about a 12-pounder.
That was a lot. I mean, and then we had like a 10-pound ham.
So here's where the panic starts setting in.
And I'd never cooked a turkey before.
So I'm taking these turkeys out of the grocery store. And I didn't tell you this. This lady taps me on the shoulder. And these were fresh turkeys. These weren't frozen. They were in the refrigerated area.
Oh.
Lady taps me on the shoulder. She says, sir, are you going to freeze those turkeys, or, are you going to refrigerate them? Because Thanksgiving is like 6 days away. And I
This
said,
was on Saturday.
Saturday. So it would have been about 6 days away.
Yeah.
6 days away. And I said, well, I thought I would just keep them in the refrigerator. She goes, oh, no. Turkey only keep for 5 days, 4 or 5 days in a refrigerator. She said, you better freeze those turkeys. So when I got home, I threw the turkeys in the freezer, deep freezer.
You should have just gone back like maybe Monday.
Well,
I'm whispering. I don't think people on the podcast can hear me.
No, but my wife told me to get 2 turkeys. So
Well,
that was what was
I
on
mean-
my mind, was I was going to leave that grocery store with 2 turkeys.
All right. Why would the grocery store have fresh turkeys out that early? They're expecting people to freeze them?
I don't know. I think I panicked because that lady tapped me on the shoulder, and then, I don't know. She thought I was...
Busybody.
I think she thought I was a dummy. So anyway, I came home, froze them, and then I tell Kellie that evening, I think, hey, I put them in the freezer. Here's the panic one. First panic. Well, they're not going to be, we can't defrost them by Thanksgiving. I got to throw them in the freezer.
I don't think I was that
I got to throw them in a
adamant
cooler.
at that point.
Got to throw them in a cooler. I got to brine them for 22 hours.
I was going to brine the turkeys. My mother said for my first turkey I should brine it. It is an hour per pound. That meant 21 hours of brining, and they have to be thawed out before you can brine them. Backtrack. You had the turkeys frozen solid. I was afraid they weren't going to thaw out in time.
Yeah. Okay. So after this discussion, here's where panic number 2 comes in. I tell Kellie, well, you know what I did? And this was the next day. I said, well, you know what I did last night? I took the turkeys out of the freezer, and they're frozen pretty solid, babe. I mean, they are blocks of ice. And I just set them in the garage. Now, that weekend in Dallas, it was cool. It was really cool that weekend. And it was about 50 degrees in the garage. So a perfect environment to breed salmonella. No, for the turkeys to thaw slowly. So I told her this. I said, hey, turkeys are in the garage. No problem. We're going to thaw these suckers out slowly. And you called your mom and told her this. And this was where panic number 2 set in.
Well, what happened, I pulled up in the garage from the trip to Disney World Monday night. And there were 2 things sitting on the garage floor that I had to navigate the car around.
Wait a second.
And I was like, what are those?
They weren't on the
Those
floor.
are the
They were on
turkey-
a cardboard.
A cardboard box that was flattened out and placed on the floor of the garage.
They weren't sitting on the cement on the garage. In the garage.
Okay, big difference.
Let's not be misleading.
They were sitting on a piece of cardboard on the floor of the garage.
Okay.
Where I was parking my car. And I didn't think that looked right. I've never
Why didn't
cooked
it
a
look
turkey.
right?
I've never cooked a turkey before, but I think thawing it out next to exhaust is not probably proper procedure. I happened to be on the phone with my mother, who then made me really nervous.
And here's where panic 3 sets in.
Because she said, turkey can't be out like that. We're all going to get salmonella. So I made you put it back in the refrigerator. She said that we should have been thawing it out in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 days because that's what you do. But at this point,
I bought them fresh.
And then decided to freeze them solid.
Yeah.
So at that point, what happened was backtracking the hours I needed to brine the turkey. I was up until I think 1:30 in the morning, changing out water in the sink because you had to keep changing out the water in the sink every 30 minutes to thaw out the turkeys completely.
Yeah.
And that's what I did until 1 or 1:30 in the morning. That was what I did.
So what I was doing during this period of
was sleeping. You were doing during that period of me thawing out the turkeys was sleeping. Let's just get that out of the way as well.
Wasn't sleeping. Now, what I was doing as I was trying to tell the story before you interrupted.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant while I was thawing out the turkeys.
I was making jokes about, we're not going to get salmonella, babe. Don't worry about it. I hope you brought a lot of toilet paper because,
that wasn't
saying
helpful.
things like that. Just crude jokes about how everybody was going to get sick. And Kellie really thought that there was a chance that our guests, our family could get sick.
That'd be my worst nightmare is my very first turkey that I've ever prepared and people got food poisoning. That was really making me maybe a little bit nervous and upset. And
your mother-in-law and your nieces are like hugging the porcelain bus.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that very
Praying
much.
to the porcelain god.
And here's the whole thing. Let's pull back the curtain more. I don't like turkey.
Yeah.
I didn't even eat my own turkey. I don't care for turkey. I don't like it's like pungent to me. I don't know. I just don't have a taste for it. So I was making turkey for people that I wasn't even going to eat. So if y'all got sick, it would be all on you because I wasn't eating it.
Yeah.
But the point is, I ended up brining the turkey for 20 hours.
Now, and
that was a nightmare as well.
Yeah,
Here we are, we're just diving into turkey talk, the whole Thanksgiving talk. I know we had a schedule, but we're here now.
Let's talk more about that here in a second because we got a lot to cover when it comes to Thanksgiving. But I think before we wanted to really delve into Thanksgiving is, one thing you need around Thanksgiving or any of the holidays is a good timekeeper, a good timepiece.
Oh, I see what you're doing, babe.
Yes. Yes.
That was a natural transition right there.
Yes. You need a good timepiece. And you know what? I used my movement watch over the Thanksgiving holiday to time those turkeys. Time that turkey when it was
you were frying your turkey.
I was frying a turkey.
As I was finishing mine.
3.5 minutes per pound. And I had the ultimate timepiece.
And boy, that movement watch, it keeps perfect time, doesn't it?
It really does keep
perfect
time. It really does.
And we are talking about movement watches because they are a sponsor of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. We're so happy to have them because, movement watches were founded on the belief that style should not break the bank.
No.
And their goal is to change the way we all think about fashion by offering high quality, minimalist products.
Yeah, they don't
at revolutionary prices. I do like the minimalist because the watch, it can be a statement on its own. You can dress it up or dress it down with other accessories around it, but the watch alone is beautiful. And minimalist look is what people are going for. I think that's the way the trend is going right now.
You mentioned it. They don't break the bank. They start at $95.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing the classic collection, blackface.
Black on black.
Black on black. Really, really nice. You can dress it down. You can dress it up. You can wear it with t-shirt and jeans. You can wear it with a suit, babe.
Yeah, and these watches that, like you said, start at $95 with movement. You'd find the same thing at a department store, the same look, $400 and $500. But that's not what you're going to pay with movement watches. I chose a more delicate gold bracelet looking one because I like the idea of my watch looking like a piece of jewelry. So I'm really very happy with the movement watches. And like we said, at these great prices, starting at $95, movement watches would be a great holiday gift.
Perfect holiday gift.
I mean, if like somebody, like I've given them everything I don't want to give them, a movement watch. They're gorgeous. They have so many styles to choose from.
Who doesn't like a nice watch at Christmas?
Well, everybody loves movement watches. They've sold over 1 million in 160 plus countries.
1 million in 160 countries.
Right.
This is not a fly-by-night brand, guys.
And as if, the price doesn't sell you right there and how much we love them. You can get 15% off with free shipping and free returns. You never know. Your friend might say, or whoever you give it to might say, oh, I'd rather have it in silver or whatever. You can go to movement.com, and it's spelled MVMT. Take all the vowels out. Movement.com/Kellie, Kellie. And like we said, 15% off today, free shipping, free returns at mvmt.com/Kellie. Now's the time to step up that watch game. It's a beautiful watch, babe.
Go to movement.com, MVMT/Kellie. Now's the time to join the movement.
Yes. Thank you, Movement Watches. Now let's get back to turkey.
Yeah. So speaking of time, 3.5 minutes per pound for a fried turkey.
Mine was, I don't remember. I followed directions. My mother told me after, okay, the brining was...
the brining, yeah.
Okay, the brining was an hour per pound. And at 21 pounds, it was 21 hours. But I pulled it about 20 hours because I was panicking that I had to get it in the oven.
Kellie was panicking.
We used panic. Was I really panicking?
Yes, you were panicking. Okay, here's another little pull behind the curtain.
I mean, we're using that term very freely.
You were panicking. And here's an example of how Kellie was panicking. She was going in between the garage and the kitchen. She was coming out and checking on me while I was setting up where to fry the turkey. She was going back inside. She was finishing up the brining. She was trying to get the brine done or whatever. And I asked her, she came out into the garage. I said, hey, come here, babe. I wanted to try to take the stress off. I said, hey, come here, give me a hug. Give me a kiss. Come here for a second. She goes, no, I can't. I'm in the middle of brining. And I said, well, what's the big deal? You're just boiling a little water on the stove. And she goes, no, you don't understand. I'm trying to, She just did a little adult meltdown baby fit. That's what she did.
What I was trying to say.
She shook her hands and went, and then she just ran inside.
Well, here's the thing you don't know about brining if you've never brined before. For a 21-pound turkey, you need a lot of big pots.
Yeah.
And I didn't have one pot big enough. So I ended up having to get my 3 biggest pots out and do 3. You had to get the brine to boiling, everything dissolved, and you had to cool the brine down to room temperature. I only had 1 freezer full of ice to do this.
Right.
Okay? And so I depleted all the ice in the freezer, and now I'm like, I can't cool this off. And I've got the turkey sitting here. It's ready to go in the brine. Everybody's going to get salmonella the longer it sits out. And I can't cool off my brine. So I made you go to 7-Eleven and get me a bag of ice. And
yeah.
I came, yes. And you came back and I was able to cool off the brine enough. 3 pots. And then I had to get this big bag and put this 21-pound turkey. You did help me with this part. Put the 21-pound turkey in a bag. Put that in a cooler. Fill it with gallons of brine to cover a 21-pound turkey, and then seal that bag up, which was difficult. That was a difficult bag to seal.
Which
and then,
I helped you seal.
You did?
I'm
saying you were helping me with this part.
Thank
and
you.
We had to cover the whole thing with ice. Then you could put it in the garage because it was covered in ice in the cooler. And then I forgot about it. I said, you know what? My panic's done because that was the worst part.
For now.
Right. Or so I thought.
It was a temporary
reprieve.
Panic.
So then the next morning I got up and I was just, I don't know, I ended up taking the turkey out and I was so afraid of it sitting out on the counter too long. I don't know how long it takes for salmonella to kick in or poisoning or whatever. I was so freaked out about cross-contamination. My hands were raw from washing them so much. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't want to poison anybody.
Yeah.
Is that so wrong? So I got the oven ready and my mom told me to smear butter all over the outside of the turkey after I brined it. I shoved a onion in there, some carrots, some celery, and another stick of butter inside of it. And I did find the giblet bag. It took me forever, but I found it. There are apparently 2 cavities in a turkey.
Yeah.
Which Alan did not realize.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute.
So I thought at first when I was looking for that giblet bag, oh man, I got a turkey that didn't have a giblet bag. And I just really thought there wasn't going to be a giblet bag. And so later when I was reading on the it was a butterball turkey, it had a thing about how find the giblet bag in the second cavity. I'm like, second cavity? It was like in the neck area.
Right.
Which you didn't know.
I didn't know. No. Well,
So when Alan takes his fried turkey
Well, here,
out
here,
in front
hold
of
on.
everybody,
well, here, hold on.
something plops out, and it was the giblet bag that he fried.
Yeah. I got the neck out. I didn't get the giblet bag out. But even before that, I had my own mini panic. The night before Thanksgiving, Kelly and I, what are you doing?
Just bend it a bit. Come on.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Go ahead.
The night before Thanksgiving, Kelly and I went over to Academy because I didn't have a turkey fryer. So I bought this kit. It said this turkey fryer kit.
And that's where I saw the brine kit.
Yeah. So we got the brine kit, we got the turkey fryer kit, and we got the turkey injection kit, all at Academy.
Mm-hmm. Not a sponsor of a sandwich. It's
not an ad, not a sponsor. So Thanksgiving morning, I get up, open up my kit to fry the turkey because I'm getting it ready before everybody comes over, and I realize, holy smokes, this kit doesn't have a burner. There's no burner.
Holy smokes!
There's no. It's kind of dad, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Oh,
Was that really what you said?
No, it's not what I said. No. I threw a F-bomb down and an S-bomb and an MF bomb probably.
I don't like that.
No, I was not happy.
All right.
So I had to run over and make an emergency run over to Walmart, to buy a turkey fryer that had the burner and had the stand because we didn't have one.
Yeah.
So now we have two. We have two pots and one stand.
Right.
And then Kelly likes to throw away every single receipt that I have.
Well, I figured once we used it, that meant you were keeping it.
But I never used it.
I didn't know you didn't use it. I didn't know you bought a new one.
So Kelly likes to take my receipts and throw them away. So now I have all this Academy Sports and Outdoors inventory in the garage.
I bet they'll give you credit. I bet they'll give you store credit.
Anyway,
and an extra
that was another
deal.
little point of contention between us this weekend as my receipts got thrown away.
And then your fried giblet bag fell out.
Yeah, and then I fried the turkey.
My daughter thought, like, ew, the heart fell out.
Yeah, we thought the breast fell off. I was taking out the lifter out of the turkey cavity with Mrs. Rasberry, and I was pulling on the turkey, and she was pulling on the lifter, and then it like shot up in the air. Yeah, and then
fell
goes onto the floor, and I thought it was the breast.
You were so embarrassed.
Yeah, I grabbed it real fast to throw it in the trash.
Embarrassed.
But
so anyway, my turkey went in the oven, like I said, and my mom came up with this, despite what the Butterball thing said, bake it at 325 for like 4.5 hours, whatever it was. She said she saw on the Chew that you're supposed to crank it up to
The
Chew, it's a TV show.
Oh.
You crank it up to 425 for the first 20 minutes, then cut it back down to 325. So I did that, and I did the turkey thermometer and took it out, and it was 2 hours. But Mama said I needed to cook it up to an hour before carving because it has to rest for an hour. But I ended up taking it out 2 hours early. Just a slight little, I wouldn't say it was a full-on panic, but a slight cause of concern. But then Alan told me his mother used to wrap tinfoil around it and then put a towel on top of it to keep the heat in. 2 hours later, we took that tinfoil and the towel off. The turkey was steaming hot.
Yeah.
It was still too hot to cut.
keeps it warm.
2 hours it sat there. So that was really a good thing to do. So there's my, but everybody said it was the moistest turkey.
It was, hey.
Nobody got
perfect.
sick that I know of.
It was so good. Kelly did such a good job.
Nobody's let me know they got sick. And so that might have been my last attempt at turkey making. I might do it again now that I've got, some confidence.
We were all sick of eating too much.
Man, we overdid it. It was a sin.
Gosh,
it was a sin.
We were gluttons.
It was pretty bad. We had everybody coming and chipping in, and everybody brought like 3 or 4 dishes when everybody could have brought one dish and it would have been fine. And we just had excessive food. Oh, and then I poorly timed everything. I washed for 2 nights before Thanksgiving. I got out every fancy serving piece I own and hand washed it, hand dried it. I had serving pieces everywhere. I don't know what I was thinking, because people bring over their food in their own serving dishes. And so I had all these serving dishes that I washed for like what? And so people come over and I mistimed stuff. So your sister walks in, your brother-in-law said my face looked like not happy to see them.
Kelly
they showed up a little early.
Kelly set out an Evite for 12:30.
12:30.
And then me, this guy, I get in the middle of Kelly's plan, and I said, "Oh no, yeah, just come over whenever you're ready." So my sister and JD, my brother-in-law, and my 2 nieces, they were there at noon. Mm-hmm. But your dad was already there. Because your dad was out talking to me while I was frying the turkey when JD got there.
Daddy came over because he thought he needed to go get ice because the refrigerator hadn't produced enough ice for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And that's why my dad came early. He was going to do a 7-Eleven run.
We had some interesting...
We had a lot of little snafus like that.
Your dad had a little snafu on Thanksgiving.
Well, Daddy had some eye surgery.
He had eye surgery.
And he wasn't completely comfortable with... He was still puffy eyed, so he wore sunglasses the entire Thanksgiving dinner.
And these were like, for you NASCAR fans out there, these were like Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator glasses.
Yeah, well, that's Daddy.
Or do you remember Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original Terminator, the gargoyles? These are like gargoyles.
I don't know what that means.
Well, they were just these black, just these real intimidating looking.
You could not see his eyes.
He wore them the entire Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And one thing, this is making you uncomfortable, isn't it?
Well, no, I mean that's what he did.
I was out there frying the turkey.
You know, and raspberries, it's a redheaded thing, I think. I think they've done. I think I've read a report where they have to use more anesthesia on redheads. And my father's a natural redhead. It took him a week to recover from anesthesia. He was still not feeling 100% on Thanksgiving. So he was a little bit mellow.
Yeah, he seemed mellow.
And wearing sunglasses the whole time.
Yeah. So
it was interesting.
So I was out on the driveway frying the turkey when your dad came over. He comes outside. It was just he and I. And we had the entire driveway out there. And I was leaning up against one of the cars that was in the driveway. And I was sitting there, watching the turkey fry. And where did your dad come stand?
Well, I know where he stood.
Right next to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we were, my face and his face were probably 6 inches from one another when we were talking. Mm-hmm. And all I could see was myself in those glasses. You ever talk to somebody that has one-way shades on?
Yeah.
And all you can do is kind of focus on your face as you're talking to them?
Yeah.
So, I was trying to, and then I was all nervous because I was frying the turkey, and then your dad standing there looking at me with his Dale Earnhardt Jr. glasses on. Oh, man.
He left early before we did the
I felt bad.
Pictures.
Your dad seemed kind of down.
Well, it was the anesthesia stuff. But yeah, so he left early, but we ended up doing the family pictures and watching football, and everything was fine. I just think, and I drank an entire bottle of wine. I think Alan had a half a glass out of this one bottle. I drank the entire bottle by myself throughout the course of the day. I don't know if it was because of my adrenaline or whatever, but could you tell I'd been drinking?
No.
I don't think I felt it. I mean, I was just like...
There's plenty of video of you drinking.
Yeah, every time Alan got a video of me, I'm like knocking back one, but I was fine.
But,
because my brother would have given me stink eye if I wasn't acting right.
I had a nip of Rip Van Winkle.
You did?
Yeah. I gave JD a nip.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of drinking. I've been to other Thanksgivings.
JD did.
Well, yeah, he was sneak drinking. But we didn't do a lot of drinking at our first Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But that would have helped.
Hey, I think, we're having some fun here with some of these stories. But
good.
all in all, it was a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving.
21 people.
21 people. Oh, I asked your brother to say grace.
He did a beautiful job.
Because I don't know if I was too nervous to. It's just mine would have been really fast. And I think everyone would have been kind of looking around like, isn't there supposed to be more than that? So I asked your brother to do it because I knew
he's a professional.
Yeah, well, it's what he does for a living. So I knew he would do a good job.
He's a professional prayer.
Right. So.
Well, that was fine. It was good.
And what else did we do over the Thanksgiving weekend? We saw a couple of movies. Oh, while you were in... before... I know what you're going about. But while you were in Orlando at the Kids trip, I took Emma Kellie and... was Emma Kellie with me? Yeah, Brooke wasn't with me. Emma Kellie and the two boys. We went to go see The Star. Yeah, it was really cute. It was an animated movie about Mary and Joseph and their trip to Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. But it was from the animals' perspective.
Okay.
So it was funny. It was cute.
And some of the characters are named Ruth and Boaz, so you like that.
Yeah.
That's our nicknames for each other.
The main character, the donkey in the movie, Mary named him Boaz. Oh,
well, I bet the kids giggled at that, didn't they?
Yeah. And then he met a sheep named Ruth, so that made me think of Kelly. That was one of the first Bible class lessons that we went through together as a couple. So it was cute.
You're my Boaz.
That's right, baby. And then you and
I sleep at your feet, just like Ruth slept at Boaz's feet.
Yeah, I don't really know if you do
Not
that.
really.
Yeah, not really. You sleep on top of me because we're in the burrow.
You're so warm.
Because we're in the queen-size burrow.
Yeah, you're so warm.
We both fall into the burrow because...
I have exceptionally cold hands and feet when I go to bed. I have poor feet circulation, I think.
I like that. I'd rather...
You like my cold feet?
Yes, I'd rather put my
good.
feet down there with some cold feet than like warm,
Hot
clammy, sweaty feet.
Yeah, my feet are nice and cold. I stick them underneath you.
And your nose. Your nose
is always cold.
I like Kelly's cold nose and cold feet.
You do like that, don't you?
I do.
So anyway.
It's good for snuggling.
We digress.
We digress. What were we talking about? Oh, the movies. So we saw The Star, and then Kelly and I took all the kids, right? Or was Emma Kelly?
No, Emma Kelly was with her dad.
Emma Kelly was with her dad.
She saw it with her dad. We went to see Justice League.
Justice League. And let me tell you, we went to one of these places where they serve dinner.
Yeah, it was Studio Movie Girl.
And drinks. And a family of our size.
We weren't drinking alcohol either.
With the appetites that we have.
We each had dinner.
You need a small business loan.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Oh.
But, you know, the kids love it, and it's a fun experience. We like doing it when we can that way. But, yeah, while you're watching the Justice League, it's getting... I heard okay, let me tell you what we thought first, and I'll tell you what Nick, our producer at Kid Craddock Morning Show, said.
Yeah, what did Nick say?
While you're watching, you're thinking, okay, yeah, it's okay. And then after you leave the movie, that's when you start realizing this movie wasn't that good. It was more of an afterthought that this movie's not that great. What did you think? While you're watching it, it's like, okay.
You know.
But then at the end, you're like,
I heard you guys talking about this morning on the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Was I right when it was my review? It's my review. I
know how you felt about the movie. I enjoyed it just because I like superheroes and I just like all the powers they have in their costumes. Did it have a good plot? No. Was the villain ridiculous? Yes. Did he have a reason to be all pissed off?
No.
Not really. And
there were boxes.
Yeah.
We're scared of boxes.
But you know, watching...
And it made no sense. I get they had to make the movie... Because sorry if I'm spoiling it. They had to come up with a storyline to bring Superman back.
Well, Henry Cavill's in the credits at the beginning of the movie.
Okay, so you know
he's in the movie.
But I mean, and also you know about the reshoots. Nick was telling me that the movie was so bad they had to call everybody back in to do reshoots and try to save this movie. And
Justice League? Really?
Yes, and he said,
"Wow, I didn't
Henry
know that."
Cavill had already started filming another movie that required him to have a mustache. So in the reshoots for Justice League, they had to do CGI to erase his mustache.
I had no idea about that. Wow.
Right. So that's an interesting point. But that's how bad the movie was. Ben Affleck looked awful. He's going through a lot in his personal life, and that's unfortunate. But he looked like he didn't want to be there. He is, you know, I should talk after all I ate on Thanksgiving. He looked bloated in his face. You know, he just didn't look like he took care of himself. You know, a lot of actors go on these really strict regimens, like Jason Momoa and Superman, whatever.
Speaking of...
He didn't do anything to get ready for this movie.
Speaking of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', podcast listeners, did you know, and I told Kelly this in the movie, but she didn't believe me. Did you know that I was Jason Momoa's body double in that movie?
Why do you keep telling that joke?
That dude is buff.
Buff and pointless in this movie.
Yeah. I mean,
pointless.
even Batman threw him under the bus. He's like, dude, you're coming to this fight with a pitchfork.
It was pointless.
Yeah, well, I didn't understand that, but...
It's like, even the Amazon women, they put up a fight to save their box. The fish people were like, take it.
Save that.
It was just like, oh my gosh.
You gotta save a good
You gotta
box.
see Justice League just to see if you agree with me. It was just pointless. But anyway.
I thought it was entertaining.
It was all right.
Didn't have much of a plot. But wasn't it cool seeing like Superman use this like laser vision and his freezing breath and all the little gadgets that Batman had, and the Flash was cool.
Batman didn't have that many gadgets. He really didn't have that many gadgets.
Are you kidding me?
He had a climbing car.
That was the Nightcrawler, sir. He had the He had batarangs. He had the Bat-cycle. He had the Batmobile. He had the bat.
Yeah, but what happened? Where's his tool belt? I didn't see him take out his tool belt and do anything.
Well,
I don't know. I just like, I thought the Flash was funny and annoying. Sort of like Me.
There was
and I thought Henry Cavill when Flash was coming over and when Superman cuts that side eye, that's the funniest part of the movie.
the special effect. Are we giving away too much by talking about
I don't know. Maybe.
Should we not? Is it uncool?
So you should go see Justice League just to see if you agree with me. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, if you just want some mindless entertainment
Something to do.
and want to see superheroes, go see it.
And you want to eat buttered popcorn.
If you're expecting some big plot,
You ain't gonna get
you
it.
ain't gonna get it. Yeah, but hey, I liked it. Now, was it worth? Babe, we had free passes, right?
Well, you and I did, and then I had a Groupon for one of the kids.
That dinner, you know how much that dinner was?
It was probably $100, wasn't it? Yeah,
For you and me and 3 children.
that's a lot.
One hundo.
But it was
One
good.
hundo. But it was fun.
But I wasn't drinking.
It was fun.
You can't blame that on the alcohol.
You cannot blame that on the goose. So the movies were fun, and then on Sunday, which is an odd day to have. I thought we'd just talk about this real quick. On Sunday, it's an odd day to have sports.
Yeah.
My son is in a indoor soccer. My son Dylan, my 5-year-old, he is a really good soccer
He's
player.
really good, y'all.
He is fun to watch. He loves soccer, and he loves people who watch him play soccer.
He was so excited.
He was.
You know, his games are only on Sunday mornings, and
Yeah.
that's a really huge conflict for us.
It's tough to make it happen with church.
Church is important to us. Your son's important to us. And it's like...
But I think church is more important than sports on any day,
That's
right?
true. But that's the way it's been set up for this indoor league. So
anyhow...
Anyway, we made the decision to go see him play in this game.
We took him to play indoor soccer, and he was
so happy we were there.
He had a great game. They won the game. He scored about 20 goals. I don't know.
I'm sorry, are we still on the fringes of the Bible Belt? Who's setting up indoor soccer leagues on Sunday morning? I thought we were still in the Bible Belt. Maybe not.
I got nothing, babe. I don't know. I didn't know they did children's sports on Sunday mornings.
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
I think we need to fix. I don't know.
But I guess the reason I was talking about Sunday also was because kind of the funny part of this is we went to go pick Dylan up at my parents because they spent the night Saturday night. Cole and Dylan, my 2 sons. And excuse me. And so we get over there Sunday morning, and my dad and mom had just gotten back from church. So my mom and dad had just gotten back from church. They had taken the boys to church. So we go over there to pick Dylan up, and my dad was wearing a suit. He wore a suit to church that morning.
They're Catholic, so they go really early.
Real early. Like they were done at 8:30.
We don't start as early at the Baptist church.
Yeah, they were done at 8:30. So we all decided to ride over to the game together. It was just easier. So me, Kelly, the boys, and my mom and dad piled into the car and go over to the game. Well, my dad never changed his suit.
Right, he wore a suit to church.
So all of us were in like sweats and casual clothes. Dylan was in his uniform. And then my father was in his suit.
Right, and tie.
And tie. It was a suit and tie. So, you know, no big deal, I guess. I mean, we were joking. He kind of looked like Ken Hitchcock, and he was kind of looked like maybe he was some kind of scout at the game.
Yeah.
But then we decide after... what?
You know what we decide to do.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Here's a trivia question for you.
Here's Alan and I. And don't ask about our weight loss challenge. We're just not going to ever bring that up again.
What weight loss challenge?
Exactly.
We're going to go back to that episode and edit that out.
We'll start over again in the new year.
Right. No, I'm up a pound. I weighed this morning. I'm up a pound.
Okay.
What are you up? 5?
Alan.
What are you up? I don't know what you're up.
Why would you say that?
Well, because you went up 1, and then the other.
Now you're trying to.
No. The other day. Oh, okay, here I am.
The other day I was up 2.
I'm the bad guy now.
The other day I was up 2.
No, I said.
When I thought I'd stayed the same, you were like, no, you gained.
Please let me try to explain. I said, babe, how are you doing on your weight loss challenge? You said, don't even ask.
Okay, then why would you just guess 5?
Because don't even ask means to me that you
5?
just mailed it in.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We're coming off Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So what do we decide to do
The Sunday after
soccer?
Thanksgiving.
The Sunday after Thanksgiving. What did
We have a refrigerator full of leftovers.
Almost 2 turkeys in there. What do the Evanses and Rasberries decide to do? How about go to a China buffet?
I love China buffet.
So we roll on over to China buffet on Friday on Sunday.
And they had cheesy seafood bake. It was so good.
And Kelly made
and fried shrimp.
And Kelly made 3 or 4 trips after that.
I did not. I made 2.
Cheesy seafood bake.
I made 2.
So my father, I don't know why this tickled me, but I saw something at that China buffet that I've never seen in my life. I looked over at my dad, and here's a man, a grown man in a suit in a China buffet with a tie on, and he's got chopsticks. He eats at China buffet with chopsticks. But he wasn't eating Chinese food with chopsticks. He got chicken nuggets at the China buffet. So he's taking his chopsticks and trying to heave one of these chicken nuggets into his mouth.
He was very good with chopsticks.
With his chopsticks. So I don't know why that tickled me. It's a guy in a suit with a tie with chopsticks eating chicken nuggets.
I wasn't paying attention. I was going back for my 15th trip to the cheesy seafood bake.
Did you hit the chocolate fountain too?
No, I don't do the chocolate fountain. I have my limits. Well, that cheesy seafood bake's good. It's fake crab meat, but they put cheese on it, and it's so good.
What a weekend. So between your dad's sunglasses and my dad wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, our dads were rocking it out this weekend.
Yeah. And, having the children for so long.
It's hard to keep them entertained.
It's hard to keep them entertained.
It is hard.
The more and more we realize the kids they all have their own personalities.
Well, the thing is, when I was in not New Orleans, when I was at Kids, you were Daddy Fun Pants, and you were taking them everywhere.
Fun bags.
Whatever.
You called me Daddy Fun Bags.
Well, whatever. Fun bags, fun pants. You were Daddy Fun Time, and you were taking them everywhere.
Daddy
and then I get home,
bags.
and they're like, "What are we doing now? What are we doing now? What are we doing today? Well, what do you want to do? I don't know." So it all falls on us to keep them entertained.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
It is hard.
So it was exhausting.
And then we have my daughter, Brooke. Hey, and you know what? Sandwich and some 11 Nation. I need help. Okay? I'm calling for help. Any of you moms or dads out there who have a preteen, I have a daughter who's about to turn 13. And in the matter of a few weeks, I love my daughter, Brooke. I love her dearly, dearly, dearly. I just love her to death. But she's turned into a different person.
Well,
she was a different person this weekend.
I've heard.
What is happening? What is happening?
It just becoming a woman. I guess it's very confusing. But I've heard that aliens invade a girl's body at a certain age and don't release them for about 2 years.
I'm never.
That's what I've heard.
I'm never right.
No.
I'm not cool.
And you're very annoying.
I'm annoying.
You're so annoying no matter what you do.
I shouldn't ever ask, is everything okay? I shouldn't ever ask.
And you know what you've learned
is everything okay at school?
You should never call her on speakerphone.
No.
Because then everybody gets to hear.
Then everyone gets to hear how she snaps my head off for absolutely no reason.
No reason.
So we're going to get more into some of this here in just a second. But
we do love. I mean, I know I was a teenage girl, and I remember, an incident in the kitchen when my mother had to slap me across my face, and I deserved it. I'm not saying you're going to slap your daughter. I'm just saying I was.
No, I can't.
I went through this moody girl thing, and maybe boys don't go through it.
Boy, I tell you what, when I was a younger dad, people were like, boys are different than girls. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Boy, when they get older, they're different than girls, I tell you. Yeah. So much more mellow. But
we do love our children.
We're going to talk about, here in just a second, we're going to talk about how to parent, some tips for parenting kids of different zodiac signs. Because every one of our children has a different zodiac sign.
And they were all intrigued by zodiac signs. We got into that topic this weekend. They wanted to know, well, what's my sign? What's my sign? And that led me to do just a little bit of digging about children's personalities based on their zodiac signs. And also parenting based on our zodiac signs.
Let's talk about that here in about a minute after we talk about one of our wonderful partners we're working with.
Oh, yes.
Which is Wonderbly.
Wonderbly.com. This is the book that Alan and I, it's a line of books that they personalize them based on your child's name, your child's birthday. They have a special Christmas book they can personalize with up to 9 members of your family's names. We love them. We ordered one for our son Dylan. We can't wait to give it to him for Christmas. And we loved it so much we've ordered more for some of our other relatives that we won't name, because it's a surprise.
Really cool books. There's even a journey through Willy Wonka's factory, baby.
Yes, it's like they've got the blessing of that whole Willy Wonka, and it's like a chocolate ticket, and it's got your child's name is used throughout the story. It's really neat. And with Wonderbly.com, you pick the sex. It's either a boy or a girl, and they have a little character and they also have a Spanish version of the book too, because I know my cousin is married to a man from Mexico, and they're trying to speak Spanish to their daughter.
Jose.
Oh, and she's going to be hearing this. Now it's
Whoa.
already ruined.
Did you just ruin the surprise?
Yeah, I did. I ordered them the book in Spanish for Sophie. So anyway.
Oh, but Sophie won't hear it.
She won't hear it.
Yeah.
Don't tell her, Chelsea. So anyway, it's called Lost My Name. They have the My Golden Ticket book, which is for a little bit older kids. My Christmas Snowflake, which can become a family tradition. Like I said, you can personalize it with up to 9 names in your family, and you get a little keepsake ornament with it. And you can preview it online. You can see exactly what the book is going to look like, every page, and you can personalize it with your own message. It's really a quality product, beautifully packaged when it arrives. And for our listeners, Wonderbly has a special offer. If you go to Wonderbly.com, it's WONDRBLY.com.
DER.
Oh, did I say wrong? I'm sorry. Wonder. WONDERBLY.com. Sorry. Enter your child's name. You'll get a full preview of the story. That's absolutely free. And then, if you decide you're going to order it, because I know you will, enter the code Kellie at checkout, and you'll get 15% off.
15% off, folks.
Right. And let me spell it again. Now I feel bad. I spelled it wrong. Wonderbly. WONDRBLY.com. Use my name, Kellie, at checkout to get 15% off.
That's a wonderful service. We're so glad to be partnering with Wonderbly. These books are awesome. Kellie made one for Dylan, and it is super cute. Right before we started the podcast tonight, I had a listener Facebook message me, and she sent me a screenshot or a picture of a Wonderbly book that she created.
Yes.
And she said she was so happy with the quality. She couldn't wait to give it to her son.
It's so nice, y'all. And you see these at the kiosks at the mall, and they're just like, man, kind of cheap.
No, these are really...
They have hardcover,
cool
and they
books,
have paperback. So you can, the hardcover is a little bit, just a little bit more expensive. Not expensive. This costs a little bit more, but, it lasts forever.
Yeah.
There's hard copies.
Wonderbly.com. So, talking about zodiac signs, babe, you were talking about it right before the break.
Yeah, the kids became interested. Brooke was saying, well, her sign was, she is a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
And she knew, she's like, I'm a Capricorn with something rising or something, and I'm a fire sign, I'm like, wow, you really know a lot about this. I do, every time I read my zodiac sign, I'm like, yeah, that's me, that's my personality. But then I can read another zodiac sign, I'm like, yeah, that's my personality too. So I think you can read what you want to into them.
Well, and speaking of, if I may, I have a coffee mug, and I think this is how this got started.
Yes, it is.
I have a coffee mug that I usually go to. It's my big 16-ouncer, and it's a black mug, and it has a lion on it. And on the other side, it says Leo, and it has the Leo sign.
And your qualities.
And my qualities. And my qualities are, said I am.
Leos.
Well, tell me if you agree with this.
Okay.
Tell me if you agree with this. It says I am ambitious and kind-hearted.
Yeah, you are.
Confident.
Yeah.
Generous and helpful. Babe.
Yes.
And I'm not generous.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not helpful.
Yeah, you are.
And
when you're not aggravating me.
And
making jokes.
sensitive.
Yeah, you're a little sensitive.
Babe.
You know you are.
Oh.
You know you are, though.
So anyway, that's what the mug said, and I agree with all that. I think I am those things. But like Kellie said, you could read whatever you want to.
Yeah, and it's like I had a C-section with Emma Kellie. I had to have surgery. If you followed me on the radio show for many years, I had to have infertility treatments to get pregnant, and one of the treatments I had was a surgery, and he said the only thing is you could never give birth naturally. You'd have to have a C-section. I'm like, yay. I don't want Who wants to push? I didn't. So I was happy to get a C-section. Judge me. I don't care. But anyway, I could decide the delivery date, which was really convenient because my best friend could be here from South Carolina. Everybody could,
Tommy Jean.
Man, when you have a scheduled C-section, it's so convenient. So anyway, I could have decided to have her on this day and she'd be a Libra, or that day and she could be a Scorpio. Now, I don't really put a lot into astrological signs, but if given the choice, I chose a Libra over the Scorpio because Libra was more chill, I figured, and it's supposed to be more artistic and things like that. Okay, so that's what I did with my daughter, a Libra. So I found this on a parenting website that I follow. I can't, for the life of me, I think it's Pop Sugar or something. Anyway, randomly, after we were talking to the kids about their astrological signs, this popped up in an article this morning. And it was talking about the issues you might face raising a child of a certain astrological sign and how you are as a parent based on your astrological sign. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of twofold. Yeah. Now, Brooke, your daughter, the one you said, we've had, she's going through some changes in life, and that's just part of growing up. And she's been a little moody lately. A little.
There's the understatement.
Yeah, but so is my daughter, too. My daughter's a couple years behind her. So anyway, she is a Capricorn, January 19th. And this is about your daughter. If you have a tiny Capricorn running amok, beware of how frequently and for how long she sulks. Mm-hmm. This sign tends to be pessimistic by nature. So if things don't go her way, get ready for your fair share of carrying on and harsh words they don't necessarily mean. That should make you feel better about some of the stuff this weekend.
Yeah, and gosh, ever since Brooke was a baby, if she didn't catch on to something really fast, she'd get frustrated real fast. So, that pessimistic by nature, I can maybe see that if things don't go her way, That's how she's always been.
Now you could probably say, well, that's true for my kid. My kid's a Pisces. But, this is take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. But I can see some of that.
And then my daughter, like I said, I chose her to be a Libra on October 19th in Kellie. Aloof by nature. Libra kiddos are also known to forget pretty much anything and everything, whether it be homework or their head if it wasn't attached. Expect a few panicked calls to your cell phone during the day, begging you to drop off their forgotten lunch, flute, or show and tell items.
Sounds more like Brooke. I don't think Emma Kelly's aloof.
You're saying Brooke is? No, we're not. No, Brooke keeps to herself a lot right now.
But she forgets a lot of things.
Yeah, Emma Kellie doesn't like to do a lot of things. I'm not thinking she forgets it. She just doesn't like to do. But
I've read when when kids are teenagers, they don't remember anything.
Well, it's their hormones and stuff too. I can't remember crap. My short-term memory is shot. I can remember stuff from way back when I was like 5, but I can't remember what I did last week.
You have Harimoto or whatever it is.
Hashimoto. Yeah. I'm showing signs of it. I had a guy that does hormone stuff say I am in the beginning stages of Hashimoto, and then everybody's like, I don't have full-blown Hashimoto's. I think I just need to take more naps.
You need some ginkgo biloba.
I need to sleep more. Okay, so Cole, your oldest son, is 9. He's a Gemini. May 22nd. One of the worst traits of this air sign, which your daughter knew he was an air sign.
She knew that?
Mm-hmm. She was talking about that, yeah. Is their ability to be cunning. So you should start thinking about growing eyes in the back of your head ASAP. Do they push their sister when you're not looking?
Yes.
Figure out where you're hiding their Christmas presents and sneak a peek? Or stay up playing in the room for hours after you put them to bed? The possibilities are endless.
No.
Cole. Well, he did. He and Emma Kellie were bonding this weekend, and
they're big buddies.
They were big buddies because Brooke was gone. And they were up... and he wanted to stay in a room and see, because Dylan, the youngest, went to bed, and he's like, I'm going to sit up and, he was hanging with Emma Kellie, the older kid, and he was so excited. He went in the room and he locked the door.
I guess that was okay.
Like, why are you locking the door? He's like, He wanted privacy. Dylan is 5. He is a Virgo. Mm-hmm. September 17th. Make no mistake, kids born this time of year are perfectionists to a T. That means they're the epitome of inflexible. If any plan laid out beforehand is foiled, you can expect a meltdown the second that play date gets canceled, or a summer storm means no pool for the day, tears included.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. Boy, if you tell him he's got to come out of the soccer game, you're going to get the meltdown.
Yeah. Now, for as far as our parenting styles, you can Google this stuff because we can't do all 12 signs of the zodiac.
You want me to go through these here?
You can do the parenting ones.
So Kelly is an Aries.
April 13.
April 13. It says here, babe, as a parent, you'll help your children be both ambitious and humble. You're a fire sign, so your passion will drive your kids' success. But don't forget to have fun. Your kids will look forward to your impulsive road trips. Your stubbornness might harm your relationship with your children. If you're too tough on them, they might throw up their hands and rebel. Remember that you're a ram. Butting heads is natural for you.
Why are you emphasizing the negatives?
Well, I don't want to be monotone as I read this. If you're not careful, your children might see you as overbearing.
Did you have a comment about that?
That's what it says.
Apparently you have something you want to add? Is your inflection speaking for itself?
Didn't we have a conversation about this just the other day?
Yes.
Okay.
And what have I done? I have pulled way back. Have I not?
You broke into your bottle of pills that has the word chill on the front.
My chill pill.
Okay, Alan.
That's you. You're a Leo, as you already told us.
I'm a Leo, August the 2nd. You know, I was scanning this. I don't think this is right.
Oh.
As the proud lion, you'll love bragging about your children's accomplishments. I don't know that I'd do that a whole lot. I'm proud of them, but I don't know that I'd. You'll celebrate every Student of the Month certificate and mount every trophy. You're indulgent.
Well, you do praise them when they do well, and you show up for everything. So you do that.
You're indulgent, and you like to buy your children whatever they desire. I don't know about that. Your son has blue sneakers, but wants ones that light up. No problem. You want to give your children the world. I mean, who doesn't? But you can also be arrogant. Is that true? I'd be arrogant? I don't think I'm arrogant. Am I arrogant?
Arrogant?
In your worst moments.
Why didn't you use that inflection on you? Arrogant?
In your worst moments, you lose sight of your children's needs while trying to satisfy your own. Small arguments are personal attacks on your self-worth, which you guard closely. But despite your flaws, your children will treasure your loyalty and fierce protection. What do you think about all that?
What? I'm afraid to disagree because you're so sensitive.
I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive guy. What am I supposed to say?
I know. You're fine, honey. You're a good dad.
Well, thank you, baby.
But your flaws are small arguments are considered personal attacks on your self-worth. And what else?
Well,
you buy them anything they want, according to this, which you don't.
I don't think I do that.
I don't think you do that either.
Now, when it's their birthday, I take them to the store and I say, get anything you want.
That's a different thing that Alan does. Because instead of like asking the kids what they want, he takes them to the store and says, you can buy 3 things, whatever you want.
Yeah, I tell them they can get a small, a medium, and a large.
A small, medium, and large. Now, so far, they haven't like asked for like a PlayStation or something or an Xbox or anything because they already have what they want there.
I do that with the boys.
Yeah, with the boys. You haven't done that with the girls.
I haven't done that with the girls.
Yeah, it's a boy thing, and the kids love it. But then he won't let them open it until their birth. Well, yeah, you like let Dylan open one, and then you make him wait for the rest, right? That's an odd way of doing it. I thought that was kind of odd. But that's your thing. That they look forward to it and they love it.
They love it because they get to have control, and they can pick it out right there off the shelf. And,
it's 3 things. There's no arguing.
They just love it. They love doing it.
No arguing.
Right. How are we doing on time, babe?
Oh, gosh.
Let's do a quick time check there. What do we got?
We've been talking for almost an hour.
Okay, well, I think we can get through the rest of what we would like to talk about.
Oh, didn't you have some people? We checked the email account today. We were kind of lax about doing that over the holidays. So
what we were going to do is go through 2 questions that were submitted to yours truly. And this is a bit or a segment that we started, I don't know, a few podcasts ago. We've only done it once, and this would only be the 2nd time.
Right.
But it's called Ask Alan Anything.
Right. Because, for the Kid Credit Morning Show, it's Love Letters to Kelly. And, I just, I thought you might like to take a stab at some of these questions. They're not always love related. It could be about anything because Alan answers anything.
I mean, I'll answer anything. Bum, dear Alan.
Alan answers anything. That's our jingle. It feels ripped off. Oh, dear Alan, you'll answer anything.
I will.
I am born and raised in California, but moved to Texas, and I've been listening to the show for almost a year. I love the show, and needless to say, I'm a loyal listener of a sandwich and some lovin'.
Thank you.
Oops, my screen went blank. Okay, it's back. I messaged Alan in reply to his Insta stories about his experience, career advice in marketing. I explained I've been in sales, customer service, administrative jobs. I'm currently trying to pursue some form of a marketing degree, but what is marketing? I know what marketing means, but what does the everyday look like in a marketing career? What does it take to be successful? Where do you start from at 28? I feel like there's something I should have started pursuing in my early 20s. I'm at a great company now. So if there's anything I can do to transition, any advice or suggestions you have would be so helpful. You can call me if more information is needed or if you have information for me. She chooses to remain anonymous, obviously. She don't want her boss knowing she's looking maybe for something else.
Yeah. No, this is a great question. And you know what? I'm what's the right word? I'm humbled that people ask me about career advice and marketing advice. I mean, I've been in the marketing field for a long time, and people, for whatever reason, like to ask me, well, what should I do to be a better marketer, or how should I do this? I can tell you what I did from my own personal experience about, 15 years ago, I guess. I wanted to really learn more about marketing, so I went back to school. I got my master's, or I got an MBA, and I concentrated in marketing. So that's one thing I did. I got educated on marketing. But you don't have to go that route. As far as, if
your day-to-day.
Yeah, as far as day-to-day, if you don't want to do that, I think what companies, or what a marketing VP or a chief marketing officer or the head of a marketing department is going to look for in his or her marketing people are people that can help the company generate business. So whatever marketing campaigns you're executing, whether they're online or they're print or they're TV or social media, whatever the day-to-day stuff is that you're doing, you got to measure the activity that you're bringing into the company, and then what kind of leads and what kind of inquiries are you able to pass over to your sales department or your sales team? Because that's one of the things I've learned, I think is most important, is that marketing and sales should be very, very tightly bound together. Those two departments should work hand in hand. And if I was going to give you any kind of advice, it would be learn as much about your sales department and how they sell to the person across the kitchen table or at the retail store or over the phone or whatever it is you're selling, whatever the product is or the service is you're selling. Learn about how they sell it, and then learn how to get your leads over to that sales team. Measure everything you're doing. And if you can do that and show your bosses that you're generating more business than you're spending, then you're going to be in a good place. That's my advice.
But what does your day-to-day look like? What do you do?
Day-to-day, you can't say one marketing job, this is what you do day-to-day, because it's such a wide breadth of different jobs in marketing. Every job is different. I mean, you could say an ad sales rep is in marketing. You could say a web developer, in a way, is in marketing. You could say a marketing director, obviously, is in marketing. Those jobs are so different. To me, though, they're jobs like, if you're going to say, okay, what does the day-to-day look like? Marketing and sales jobs, you travel a lot. You're face-to-face with a lot of different people, a lot of different departments. You meet with customers. You do a lot of presentations. That's another thing I think is super important when I interview people and when I've been trying to help people with their careers. That's the one skill that I think everyone can get better at, is presentations. If you can be an effective presenter, a good presenter, and sell, and not only just a product, but like an idea to somebody, that'll really help you in your career. And being able to communicate clearly and effectively in a business setting is something that people are really impressed by, and it's something that'll really help you in your career. So presentation skills, learning how to measure what you're doing, and then passing leads over to sales. I mean, there are three things right there that I think you could focus on. The day-to-day is going to depend on the job, but count on a lot of interaction with a lot of different people, presentations, and a little bit of travel.
Okay.
That's what I think, babe.
Okay. That was good.
Is that okay? Mm-hmm. In my opinion.
That you helped her a lot
In
My eyelashes are really messing up right now.
my opinion, bum,
Dear Alan. Alan
Alan
answers anything. Dear Alan, you'll answer anything.
I might.
I am a 27-year-old single gal. I own my own company, and I think I have my life together for the most part. 2 years ago, I got saved.
Yeah.
I gave my life to the Lord, and I've never looked back. My life has definitely changed for the better. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I have a purpose, and I can genuinely say I'm happy. After being single by choice for 3 years, I finally met a wonderful man on Bumble 2 months ago. He's a great man, great values. We both share the love and passion for fitness, food, and life. The only issue I see is he wants nothing to do with the church. He's been burned by religion in the past. He now considers going to church and Bible studies a waste of time. They could be utilized bonding with each other instead of going to church functions. My question is, should I consider this a deal breaker and walk away now before I really start to like him even more? I know you've shared how you were brought up Catholic and recently started having a relationship with God, which that's my scenario as well. I know men tend to look at things with a more analytical approach, but that's the beauty of faith. It cannot be explained in worldly terms. Please share your thoughts on this matter. How can I approach it without getting on his nerves? He's kind and understanding, but I always envision being with someone who I'd be able to bond with over prayer, worship, and loving the Lord together.
Yeah, this is a wonderful question. I have just some, off the top of my head, some hot sports opinions on this. So you mentioned a few things here. I would ask the question, you're using some pretty powerful language here. The issue you see is he wants nothing to do with the church. Do you mean that literally? Like he does not want to go to church? He under no circumstances will go to Bible study or go with you to church? That's a big problem. That's a huge problem.
I think so too.
And that is one thing I'm so happy about in Kellie and I's relationship is that we found this, you know, this common ground with going to church.
No, we're not religious zealots.
No, we're not religious zealots, but
we're not doing devotions with each other every night, which we probably should.
Probably should.
We should. We shouldn't probably. We should.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but we both.
But it was important to us to have that.
Right. We both put importance on church. Okay, so what if he doesn't place any importance on church and you're saying he wants to have nothing to do with it and you do? What are you going to do someday if you get together with this man and you have children? Then what? How do you raise the children? I mean, that's a big deal. That's one of those core things. There are a few core things that I think if you're not seeing eye to eye on with your significant other, things they can work. It's just going to be much more difficult. I think religion is one of those things. I think finances and money is another one of those things. And I think sex is another one of those things. If you're not seeing kind of on the same page with those three things, there's going to be tough conversations to have later. Okay. Yeah. That's one thing. Another thing you said, he considers going to church and Bible studies is a waste of time. Okay. Let's say that your statement there about him wanting to have nothing to do with the church isn't really right. Like he's open to going to Bible study. Doesn't sound like it, but how could anybody who is Christian say that learning more about the Bible is a waste of time? If he truly believes that in his heart, you're saying you were saved, you've given your life to the Lord?
It sounds really important to you.
And it sounds important to you? You're saying he thinks Bible study is a waste of time? You're asking me, how would you approach him? In this case, I would go to him and say, in just plain language, hey, can we try another Bible study maybe? You mentioned that is it a waste of time because he didn't like the instructor? Is it a waste of time because of the environment? Is it a waste of time because there were other people in the class who were dominating the class? I mean, there are a lot of things that could be contributing to his thinking, I don't need this. But if you're a Christian, if he's a Christian, he's been to church before, but he said he's been burned. I don't know what that means. But the Bible's a waste of time? That's a tough one there, and I would need a lot more information, and I would need you to talk to him about, can he give it another shot?
And if he's not willing, you have to have enough. If you are strong in your faith and you were single by choice, you have to know that God has a better plan. So if you walk away from this relationship, it might actually be like, hey, it's not worth losing her. I'm going to get my butt in the pew. And that might work. But if he says, no, I'm not doing it, And just you have to trust that God will have somebody out there that's more in the same line of thinking as you are.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly's.
I'm sorry, it's not Ask Kelly.
No. But Kelly's exactly right. I think again, we're not religious zealots, but I think you got to pray about it. You've got to talk to him about it. And what do you mean?
Oh, honey, sometimes I would want something so bad. I convinced myself it was God's will because I wanted it so bad. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't right. Mm-hmm. And God would be waving them red flags in my face. I'm like, but I want it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so thankfully that, God knew better.
Okay. So I'm not trying to throw a lot of shade on this guy. She also says, she goes on to say, he's kind and understanding. But I always envision being with someone whom I'd be able to bond with over prayer, worship, and loving the Lord together. If he is kind and understanding, I don't think it's unreasonable to say, hey, babe, let's try a different Bible study. Let's try a different church. Give it another shot. For me, please. This is something.
You won't walk away?
Yeah, this is something that's very important to me, and I can't see sharing the rest of my life with somebody that I'm going to be going to church on Sunday. I want my children to go to church with me on Sunday. And where are you going to be? You going to be at home?
Oh, that's so sad. I remember growing up in the church, and there'd be so many women that would just go to church with their kids on Sunday because their husband refused to go. That was sad. You know?
Maybe it's just the church. Hey, I'll give the guy the benefit of the doubt because I've been to churches before and didn't particularly get anything. Yeah, I didn't particularly get as much out of it as I wanted to. I'm not going to besmirch the church or fault the church. I just didn't get what I thought I should be getting.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's...
And you know what? Church isn't always on Sunday morning. There's a lot of, churches in our area that have Friday night services and Saturday night services because they're mega churches and they just don't have room. But they're mega churches because a lot of people enjoy the message. They enjoy the preaching, the music, and all that. Maybe he just needs to be in a different... maybe it's the Sunday morning thing. Sunday morning... It doesn't have to be Sunday morning church.
No.
And a lot of churches don't even have Sunday school anymore. They have Bible studies in homes. So maybe you can get into a Bible study group at people's homes where you can be around other couples. There's other options. But if he's completely shutting you down in that area, insert another, let's put something else in there. Like he's really great and he's kind-hearted and everything, but he's got a drinking problem. Would you tolerate that? You'll tolerate somebody that won't go to church with you and is turning his back on his faith. Why is, you'll tolerate that, but you wouldn't tolerate, insert other characteristics and say, why would I tolerate this, but not that? I'm babbling now. That's why it's called Ask Alan anything and not Kelly.
No, Kelly has 50 times the experience I have when it comes to the church, and she's been going her entire life. This is something that I'm relatively new at. I was raised, you say in the letter, and you're right, I was raised Catholic. But I've learned more, and nothing against the Catholic faith, but I've learned more in the last year going to church with Kelly than, gosh, I had in all the previous years I'd gone to Catholic church. That wasn't the Catholic Church's fault. That was this guy, right on me. I was the guy that was there who wasn't into it or not listening or not engaging, not connecting. That had anything to do with the church. That had everything to do with me. And I've found that somebody here, with Kelly, and we just kind of see
somebody here.
we see eye to eye with religion and going to church together. So anyway, that
was good. That was an abbreviated version of Ask Alan Anything. We'll do more of that later.
That was an abbreviated version.
We've been talking a long time, and I got to get to bed here pretty soon.
Yeah, you do. And we want to talk about a contest that we've been running, and it is going to end here December 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Now, wait a second. December 1st?
Well, we have to do a deadline. This podcast, podcast is going to come out Thursday.
What's the date on Thursday?
So they've got, Thursday's the 30th.
Holy moly, they got to get this done by Friday.
Done. You've got to get this done, people.
Okay.
This is it.
Now, we're gonna tell them what they got to get done after we talk about...
One final message.
One final message. Now, this is a New Year's Eve contest. And one thing I like doing on New Year's Eve is eating a little burned beef.
Are you referring to steak?
I'm referring to steak.
Yeah, a lot of people, like for me, going out on New Year's Eve, some people have rituals where they go out and do nice fancy things, but sometimes people like to stay home.
They do.
And you can still have a big celebration and do something really fancy at home. And you can have that delicious steak you're craving on New Year's Eve if you order from our friends at Omaha Steaks.
Omaha Steaks.
Yes. And you know what I love about Omaha Steaks is, by the way, I just realized Duh, we didn't know what to get your dad for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
If you're struggling to find the perfect gift for a meat eater in your life, the holidays are here, and you can just go online with a click of a mouse. You can order gifts for everybody on your list. You don't have to go to the mall. You don't have to deal with crazy lines. You can order from omahasteaks.com.
How about 500 gourmet gift ideas, babe?
It's crazy. I have all different ways to organize it. Right now, for only $49.99, let me tell you about this deal from Omaha Steaks. You can get the family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and you enter the code Kellie in the search bar. That's 75% off, people, on the family gift pack. Tell them what they get in the family gift pack, honey. This is crazy. This is omahasteaks.com. Use the code Kellie in the search bar. This is what you get.
Family gift pack, y'all. Where's the family gift pack?
Right here.
Oh, my goodness. Check this out. Your mouth's going to water.
We got this. It was incredible.
2 filet mignons, otherwise known as filet mignon. Mignon.
Very good.
2 tops.
You're French all of a sudden.
2 top sirloins. Sirloin's one of my favorite cuts. 2 boneless pork chops. 4 boneless chicken breasts. 4 kielbasa sausage. 4 burgers. 4 potatoes au gratin. 4 caramel apple tartlets. 1 Omaha steak seasoning packet. And 4 additional kielbasa sausages free.
You know how I feel about sausage, people.
Oh.
This isn't even a joke. Omaha Steaks gives you all of that.
My mouth is watering.
Family gift pack for $49.99. That's crazy good, right?
Woo.
So you need to
Is
go
that
to,
right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of chow for $49.
$49.99. You get all that Alan just listed.
Good grief.
It's the most flavorful, tender aged beef. They've got all sorts of other gift ideas on there too. The vegetables, the desserts, appetizers, pastas, soups, everything you need for your big holiday parties coming up. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter my code Kellie in the search bar, and you'll get 75% savings. This family gift pack for only $49.99. It's the gift guaranteed to be a hit. And I know I ordering for your daddy.
Order me one of those.
You already had one. You want another one?
I want another.
All right, we'll get you another one.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Omaha Steaks,
Thank
the
you,
new
Omaha
sponsor
Steaks.
of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Holy moly.
We should change it to A Steak and Some Lovin' just for Omaha Steaks.
We may have to do that.
Okay. Oh, the contest.
Yeah, so we've got a New Year's Eve contest going on. Kellie is hosting a New Year's Eve party at the Hilton Granite Park on New Year's Eve.
It's in Plano.
Plano, Texas.
If you're familiar with the area, it's right off the tollway in 121 in Plano.
And this is a party to end all parties, folks. Kellie hosts. We got DJ Mike Morse there. Mm-hmm. We got open bar.
Open bar.
We got more food than you could shake a stick at.
Champagne toast at midnight.
We got a lot of pretty people there.
A fun photo booth.
We got a photo booth.
Radio DJs. It's so fun.
We may have some of the cats from the morning show on there. Maybe part-time Justin will be
Yeah.
there. Who knows? Some of them will show up.
Yeah, but we'll be there obviously, and we want a lot of our Sandwich and Some Lovin' listeners to be there.
Yeah, so come on and get tickets. Kellie's got links to her social media.
Yeah, I need to
social media.
I need to put up new ones because it sometimes gets lost in the shuffle. But I'll to come and celebrate with us if you win our contest.
But Kellie,
What?
how do I enter this contest?
Well,
what do I do?
I thought you were going to tell them that part.
Well, I was speaking for the listener, but here's how you enter the contest. No, here's how you enter the contest. It's really simple and it's a lot of fun. This is an Instagram contest.
Right.
Kellie and I are running, and all you have to do. First step is follow our Instagram account. It's at a sandwich and some lovin'. No G.
No G.
At a sandwich and some lovin'. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is we want you to post a picture of you and a loved one on Instagram, and we want you to incorporate a sandwich somehow.
Get it?
So a loved one and a sandwich. Now,
A sandwich and some lovin'.
Now, we've seen some pretty creative entries. There's some awesome entries out there right now.
But you have to hashtag it.
But
we see it.
Yeah, post it, but then you got to hashtag that picture, hashtag sandwich NYE17.
A lot of debate over whether this is 17 or 18. We went ahead and went with 17.
We're going with 17.
Because New Year's Eve is still 17, New Year's Day is 18.
Right.
So we're going with sandwich NYE17.
So hashtag your picture, sandwich NYE17, and then tag that photo with our Instagram account at a sandwich and some lovin'.
Right.
So that's all you got to do, as they say at the state fair.
And the thing is, I know this is really last minute, because if you're hearing this podcast before December 1st, you still have time to get your entry in. So December 1st has to be the deadline, because we have our kids this weekend. And the kids are deciding who wins. So it's not on us, it's on the kids. So you can't be mad at these cute little kids. And we have to give people who win a chance to get here. So we're going to end the contest on December 1st. We'll announce the winner next week's podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it? Okay. I think that's December 7th.
Yeah. So we're going to announce the winner. And like Kelly said, if you don't live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 2 tickets, round-trip tickets on, we don't know that yet.
I'm assuming it's Southwest Airlines.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming, but
Hey, we'll get you here by jet aeroplane somehow.
Right, and it's within the continental U.S., please.
First class?
No.
Oh.
I
thought we were balling. I thought we were balling like that.
We ain't balling like that. No. So anyway, but if you live in the local area, we're going to give you a hotel room so you can drive yourself here. And we'll give you a hotel room, and you get to stay with us. And like I said, New Year's Eve is going to be a great package. Tickets are available.
We're going to be partying.
If you don't win, we hope you do, because you're going to spend a couple $100 no matter what you do. Why don't you spend it with us? Because you get open bar, people. This is what did me in last year. I'm going to pace myself this year, but it's a lot of fun. You get dinner, and you get just nonstop dancing. You cannot get me off the dance floor unless I pass out and don't remember. But that's not going to happen. Which could happen. That's not happening this year.
Happened last year.
It did happen last year.
Happened
last year I remember was I saw some listeners. I shimmied over there. Hey, how y'all doing? Happy New Year. That's the last thing I remember.
And then you left the room. And then Justin's doing the countdown.
Yeah, my one job was to count backwards from 10.
And then my sister and my brother-in-law are dancing, and then Amy Lowe falls off the stage.
She didn't like you to repeat that story.
And then they look at her, and she's like on the floor, and then they just go back to dancing.
Well, some other people were helping her up. They were helping her.
God,
it was a fun party.
What a mess.
That I remember. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a lot of listeners there. But if you want to enter the contest, remember December 1st is the deadline. We have to put a limit on it. Hashtag sandwich NYE17. Also tag a sandwich and some lovin' on Instagram and follow us. That's the only 3 rules you have to follow. Make sure it's a picture of you and someone you love enjoying a sandwich. Be creative, because our kids are going to pick the winner.
Be creative. There's lots of ways to get 2 people in a sandwich in a picture.
And some people love their dogs.
Whoa.
They're eating sandwiches with their dogs. We've seen a few of them. It's been really fun.
Yeah,
we're hoping we get a lot of last minute entries too.
All right, babe. We've been going for a while here.
We have, but I've had fun with you tonight.
This is a lot of fun. I love you desperately, and I'm glad we get to do this podcast.
You, baby.
Glad we get to do this podcast together, even though I was annoying you with my jokes on Thanksgiving.
Well, we're past that now. We're heading into Christmas, and you're not going to annoy me over Christmas, are you?
No. What's stressful about Christmas?
No, it's gonna be
Christmas
fine.
Is never stressful.
I got so much shopping done online, and the worst is though finding out if I'd have waited a week, I could have gotten it for cheaper. That's the most aggravating part about shopping online. But I'm getting it done.
Oh! I submitted my Christmas list to you today. Did you see it?
Well, I didn't think that was for me. I thought that was more for your family. Oh, I know what was for me on the list. A phone, question mark? Because your parents and your sister aren't going to get you a phone.
I had a question
mark.
Here's
my opinion on the phone. You get a phone when your old phone breaks. That's just my position on the phone.
Mine isn't working very well.
You quit it. You're just saying that. You just want the newer phone.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's a wish list. That doesn't mean I'm getting it. That just means that's what I'm wishing for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, babe.
Yeah, your dad already took claim on the hats you wanted. He's like, I got the hats, because he's not going to claim the phone.
And nobody's going to claim those shoes either.
I didn't really read the list that closely. I just knew the phone was for me. Well, I knew the phone was for me.
What about the shoes?
What shoes were you asking for? Cowboy boots? You're asking for cowboy boots, weren't you?
No, I don't want cowboy boots. There's a pair of Cole Haans.
Yes, for cowboy hat. Oh, you meant Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah, I thought you meant cowboy hat. You meant Cowboys. Cap. Okay.
And a beanie. I want a beanie. I need a beanie if I'm going to...
What shoes did you want?
There's a pair of Cole Haans I saw today on Zappos. Cyber Monday.
Did you already order them?
No, I haven't done. What do you want? You need to tell me what you want.
My list is simple.
Let's hear it, babe.
My skin is itchy. I want moisturizing bath stuff, so I can take baths and soak and have a moisturizing bath.
Okay. Well,
I want bath stuff.
I'll see if I can make that happen.
And anti-itchy lotion because I'm very sensitive in the winter. That's what I want.
Yeah, you have very sensitive skin. All right, baby. Well,
but you want a phone.
no. Look.
I just want to not itch anymore.
Look, it's a wish list.
I wish to not itch.
I'll wake up Christmas morning. If I don't get a phone, then I must have been a bad boy.
I need some facial moisture. See, my lists for Christmas are very practical. Very practical. I ask usually for hair styling products, for facial moisturizer, and moisturizing bath. That's literally what I usually ask for is practical stuff. And Tupperware. I need Tupperware. I gave away so much Tupperware at Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to get you Tupperware.
No, but you don't know how much I love Tupperware. I gave away. Know, but that's not... And when I say Tupperware, I use the blanket term Tupperware for plastic containers that hold your food. But I gave away a lot of it for Thanksgiving because I wanted people to take our food that we had so much of. But that gives me an excuse to go buy more Tupperware. I'm so excited.
How much of a downgrade is that? The first Christmas, I get you this beautiful surprise, this gigantic mirror wall.
You did, and that's beautiful.
And then year 2, hey, what did your new husband get you?
Tupperware.
And they got me some Tupperware.
But I love Tupperware so much that when I had to redesign my kitchen, I had it gutted and rebuilt. Let me tell you, ladies, if you're doing your kitchen over, this is a tip: get a Tupperware drawer, a deep, deep drawer, and then above it, do a lid drawer, which is narrower. So you put all your Tupperware in the deep drawer, the bases and the lids are in the drawer above it. It is the best part of my kitchen. I love it because I love Tupperware. Is
it the brand Tupperware, or is that just a generic, you like plastic containers?
Do you listen to your wife when she's running her mouth about Tupperware? I said it doesn't have to be necessarily a Tupperware brand. It can be any